call Allah Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rachakwadash. That's what his word enemy calls God and Jesus Christ in the ancient Paleo Hebrew tongues. Brother Anatham Yag with a quick hit. We'll give double honors to the elders and apostles across the four corners of the earth who rule well and teach well, predominantly the ones at the home of truth, and we know where that home of truth lies, home of great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect, and a few aqua that watch and believe in our testimony. Praise to the name of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. And big shout out to the elder minister Israel, Brother Kazak, whom I teach of. Coming with a quick hit, quick article today, man. Elon Musk warns of free speech threat in new bill. You know, and there's a lot going on with Musk and Trump. You know, Musk and Trump are going at it because of the big beautiful bill that was just passed. You know, apparently Musk is opposed to certain bills that Trump is passing, and yeah, I mean, I guess it seems that, you know, there's a bigger agenda that obviously Musk is in a part of, man. You know, but it all could be a facade. You know, he could know everything that's going on. He could just, this whole little beef, or so-called beef, could just be, you know, smoke and mirrors to the masses, man. Okay. Salakia, let me turn my battery out. Okay. But yeah, it says in striking terms of events, the world of tech and politics has collided once again, with Elon Musk stepping into a heated debate over a proposed bill that could reshape the digital landscape. Okay. According to CNN, Musk has publicly voiced his concern, labeling legislation as a significant threat to free speech and innovation. Okay, so basically they're trying to cut out free speech, man. You know, not just out in public, but or via the internet. Okay, and another reason why that is happening is because Esau is being sought out and revealed right now. He's being revealed, and a lot of his activities is being revealed through the internet. You know, you got the prophets out here putting up videos prophesying against this kingdom, you know, week in and week out, man. And then you got TikTok. TikTok is exposing a lot of these devil's activities and a lot of the things that these devils do, you know, and it's causing that causes the masses, you know, a little uprising, man, when they aware of what's going on, man, you know. So of course this devil's got to have some type of censorship to try to fulfill his agenda, man. Okay, and what that censorship is, taking all truth or all matters of disagreements or oppositions that speak against whatever agenda or legislation or regime or bill or whatever, anything that Esau, aka predominantly the government, the president, Trump, you know, are trying to do. You know, they want to censor everything that's coming out, man. It says it's not hard to feel the weight of his words, especially when someone with his influence speaks that can impact millions. Bill in question aimed to impose stricter regulations on tech companies, particularly in how they handle content moderation and user data. And this data is just gonna it's like a pre-programming, man. When they gather data, they gather this data in your phones and stuff by looking up information, looking up what you search, looking up what you buy, how much you spend, what you spend it on, what you listen to, what type of music, what type of podcast, all this data that they're collecting, you know, is used to determine who are those that are going to comply and who are the ones that are not going to comply. And it also is going to be a platform, and a system, a tool used to identify the soon-to-be blacklisted citizens. Okay, and those blacklisted citizens are the ones that are opposed to the government and their ways, man, and any regimes that they try to put forth. And who predominantly is that today? Who is the biggest threat to Esau? The prophets, the men of the Lord. the hopeful elect, man. Okay? You know why? Because we're out here prophesying against him, against his kingdom. We're prophesying of the evil that he's trying to bring to pass. And we're showing our people, man. You know? There's too many videos out here that's been exposing this devil, man. You know, this is the time for him to be revealed, man. You know? He's the son of perdition, man. Okay? This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed. Who is that? Esau, Edom. This damn devil, man. They've been showing their horns lately since Trump has been in the office, man. You know, Trump is that cruel lord that's amping up these devils, man. You know, it says the son of perdition. It said that and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called Yahweh, and that is worshipped, so that he as Yahweh sitteth in the temple of Yahweh, showing himself that he is the Most High, man. You see, and he only does that, and why? He does that because that's the pride in him, man. And with this much power of, you know, cutting off free speech on a digital scale and tracking everybody's opinions, posts, what they buy, what they do, everything, you know, like I said, he's trying to play the role of God, man, you know, and roll out a sense of you know, a form of control that he can manage, man, that he's in you know, he can be what's the word, dominant on, you know. It says the bill in question aims to impose stricter regulations on tech companies, particularly in how they handle content moderation and user data. Musk, who has long championed the idea of a free and open internet, believes this could stifle creativity and give too much power to government oversight. I see this as a direct attack on the principles that make the internet a place for open dialogue. These devils don't want an open dialogue. These devils don't want people to learn the truth, man. So this censorship is to what? To censor the truth. And to find a sense of control to the ones and have consequences for the ones that are speaking the truth, man. You know? This is all this is, man. Another tactic by Satan, another device by Satan to further his agenda, man. You know? What does the scripture say? Salaki. Let me see. Amos 5:10. It says they hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. Right? And we are the ones that speak upright, man. We speak righteous things. We speak righteous judgment. We speak death and destruction of this wicked kingdom, which is Esau's Edom kingdom. And this is another reason why he you know, he wants censorship, man. He don't want no oppositions to get in the way. Okay? So with him cracking down on free speech, what does this mean for the prophets? You know? Hey, that means there's a point of time. Hey, the Lord told us there's a point of time that we will be taken off the streets. All right? That he'll make our tongue cleave to the roof of our mouth, right? You know? This is what's coming, man. All right? What do you say? I think it's Ezekiel 3. Let me see. God, this is Ezekiel 3:24. It says, then the Spirit entered into me and set me upon my feet and spake with me and said unto me, go shut thyself within thy house. But thou, O son of man, behold, they shall put bands upon thee. They shall bind thee with them, and thou shalt not go out among them. And I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shall not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. Okay, so when we see signs like this, like articles like this that come out, this is a sign of, okay, we could be in the time that, well, we are in the time that, hey, the Lord is going to have us off the streets, man. We're not going to no longer be a reprover. if we no longer have free speech, man. You know, and that goes with not speaking the Bible as well, man. Okay? Because these devils know these scriptures are true. You know, they want all type of censorship, man. All right? And it says, like I said, it said we won't be a reprover to them, man. You know, and this is going to come with consequences once this bill is passed, right? So what type of consequences would a man of the Lord face, man? Persecution, man. All right? Persecution. We're going to be looked at and deemed as evil, man. You know? We're going to be looked at as terrorists or the enemy, so to speak. But for the things that we speak, man, because we're standing up for righteousness' sake, man. Okay? Like the Lord said, who will stand up for me against the evildoers, the workers of iniquity? Let me get that. You know? Because we let our free speech reign, man. You know, we don't have no respect of persons when it comes to judgment, when it comes to these scriptures. And we let Esau know his fate. We let the lower class, middle class Edomites know their fate. We also tell the nation of Israel, man. You know, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives. We let y'all know y'all fate, man. Okay, but let's see. Yeah, this is Psalms 94:16 says, "Who will rise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?" Right? See, when we stand up, how do we stand up against the workers of iniquity? By prophesying the downfall of this kingdom. Okay? Because many prophets did it before, man. Prophets have been doing this in the days of our fathers, man. You know, in the days of old, they've been doing this. Now the prophets are subject. The spirit of the prophets is subject to the prophets today here in the end times, and they're doing it again. You know, boldly. You know, so we're giving our free speech is these scriptures. You know, is the gospel. That's our free speech. You know, this devil is trying to take away that, man. You know, he wants to censor that. Okay, but no, he's not going to stop the word. The Lord is going to have everything happen in His appointed time, of course, because He said His prophets will be off the streets, and we won't be a reprover. You know. But it's also leading up to that time when things are trying to get implemented. This could bring persecution amongst us, man. You know, where they'll be televised, and things will be televised, and things will be broadcasted and set up strategically for us to be looked at as and deemed as enemies, man. Okay, you know, they're gonna say all types of things about us, man. You know, because they're gonna roll out these little social systems where you have a social system rate when it's a social system rated on behavior and how you conduct yourself in this new reset society that's about to come. You know, okay, and that's going into a social credit system that like similar to China's. Okay. Similar to China's. All right. So you have a score based off behavior on how you conduct yourself in society. Now, the green side is sides that can lead to high scores and privileges. The red side will lead to low scores and consequences. Okay. Now look at the type of things that benefit you from benefit you from high scores, and they don't benefit you from high scores. Okay, because they would need something like this for this bill to be efficient. Because how else are they going to monitor all this data? They have to implement new devices and new things according to the laws and bills that they pass. So a credit system or a social credit system would be the perfect way, man, to monitor behavior, monitor free speech, monitor what you're saying, what you spend, what you buy, you know, what type of shows you watch, what type of information you're looking up. You know, this is the power that the government will get. Okay, look, it says high scores can lead to, and this is figuratively speaking, of a future society that is to come. Okay, high scores can lead to priority for school admissions and employment. So these are privileges: easier access to cash loans, free gym facilities, deposit-free bicycle, cheaper public transport, shorter wait times in hospitals, tax breaks, jumping the queue for public housing. And punishments can lead to denial of licenses, permits, some social services, exclusion from booking flights or high-speed train tickets. So look, you have consequences of not abiding by a conducted stricter a conducted regulated behavior that is set for the society. Ineligibility for government jobs, no access to private schools, public shaming, exposure either online or TV screens in public spaces of the names and photo and ID numbers of blacklisted citizens by dial tones, phone dial tones mandated by authorities that inform people they are calling a dishonest debtor. Okay, so public shaming, blacklisted citizens, we will be under that category. Okay, so they're basically setting the stage for us to be punished due to the things that we speak. And how do they do that? They got to implement a new law, take away free speech. All right, now let's look at some of the things that you can engage in that'll give you high points, and let's look at some of the things that you can engage in that won't give you points and that'll cause you to be a blacklisted. Okay, so let's see. All right, so look. All right, rewards and punishments. Citizens with high scores enjoy special privileges, while those with lower scores ultimately risk getting treated as second-class citizens. Traffic offenses, drunk driving, illegally protesting against authorities. So look, you see, no insurrection they're trying to stop. No sedition. That's coming. Okay, not visiting Asian parents regularly. Just little stuff. Okay, so. What else? Posting anti-government messages on social media. you social media Israelites. Ones that social media posting. You definitely could be persecuted. You definitely will fall into this red category. Not just social media Israelite. The true prophets too that are on social platforms as far as YouTube. YouTube is a social media. So we're posting things against the government, against this wicked system. Look, these are the things that, punishments can lead to. Look at that, spreading rumors on the internet. Esau can take anything we say about him and say it's a rumor because he wants to censor it. Insincere apologies for crimes committed. Participating in anything deemed to be a cult. Okay? What else is that, man? What else is that? That's us, man. The prophets. They try to say, we're in cults, all right? So you can see who this applies to, who it really applies to, man. You can see the secret motives of what, not even secret motive, to try to the subliminal motive that Esau is trying to bring forth, man. And like I said, he's gonna use his technology to deem us as the enemy, and that comes with persecution, public shaming. Like I said, it said public shaming on TV. Exposure either online or TV screens or in public spaces. So that goes into persecution. And whatever they say on, whoever get exposed online, on TV, on publicly, man, they're gonna say all manner of evil, like the scriptures say. Okay. Matthew 5:11, blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely. All right, you see, say all type of manner against us falsely, man. We're gonna be persecuted for this truth, man. But you have to be able to identify the signs and discern the times and discern what things are implemented for that, man. To know, And you got to warn and exhort others. You got to admonish and exhort others to, hey, look, you know, they trying to pass this bill. What could this mean? This is what this could mean for us. Okay? Or this is what this means for us. All right? You know, we know that we got to suffer for righteousness' sake. You know? Let me see. Yeah, I think I'm butchering it. I'm gonna get the 2 Timothy. It says let's see, 2 Timothy 3:10. And why is this attacking us? Because we have the truth. You know, we have the truth. We know the secrets of the Most High. You know, we've been blessed to receive this. Okay, it says, but thou hast fully known my doctrine, manner of life, purpose, faith, long suffering, charity, and patience, persecutions, afflictions, which came unto me at Antioch, at Iconium, at Lystra, what persecutions I endured, but out of them all the Lord delivered me. So the prophets were persecuted as well, like in old time. Okay, which, bringing it to your understanding now, we will be persecuted in this time. Brothers can be persecuted in this time as well, man. All right, it's written, verse 12. Yeah, and all that will live godly in Yahushua shall suffer persecution. All right. So know that we will suffer persecution for the things that we speak. You know, because we stand up with great boldness against the workers of iniquity, man. And we know that little devices and bills like this, little decrees like this, unrighteous decrees like this that are passed are tactics of the enemy, man, of our adversary, man, of Satan, man, Satan. You know, Esau, Edom. You know, that physical counterpart on earth, man. You know, this will be a tool used to persecute the prophets. All right, and I just wanted to bring that out, man. You know, that's it, man. That was just a quick hit. Hopefully that was edifying. Until next time, Shalom. The water.